The India-US 2+2 Ministerial Dialogue will be held in New Delhi on Friday. Dr. Prasar Bharati joins us from the New Delhi suburb of Greater Noida. Dr. Balakrishnan is a former Indian ambassador to Greece and Cuba. Ambassador, welcome to DD India News Hour. Now, how would you characterize the current state of play in India-US ties?
I think one can be very optimistic that, over the years, despite, irrespective of which party is in power in the United States, relations have grown steadily. And the foundation is very solid. It's a common commitment to democracy and an increasing number of people-to-people contacts with students, with Indian diaspora and Indian business engaging with their American counterparts. So the foundation is very solid, and I think the governments have taken advantage of it on both sides to build the relationship. I think we saw that during the Obama administration, we saw it during the Trump administration, now during the Biden administration. Of course, there are convergences on many issues, especially on the Indo Pacific and on China's kind of approach to the whole region. There are some divergences. We have different views on how to handle Russia and also on certain other issues. But I think we, on both sides, are mature enough to handle the divergences in a mature way and build on the convergences and take them further. And this is visible in all different areas, and I'm sure the meeting tomorrow of the 2+2 will take it further.
Ambassador, what you spoke just now gives me a perfect segue into my next question to you. Now, you refer to the Indo-Pacific. The Indo-Pacific has acquired a salience of its own of late for both India and the US. Now, is there scope for a more robust India-US partnership in that part of the world? I ask you this because just this week, a US agency called the International Development Finance Corporation committed more than $500 million to support the development of a deep water shipping container terminal in the port of Colombo in Sri Lanka.
Well, I think these projects which China has marketed in various parts of the world, and including in Sri Lanka, they have their own momentum and they have their own problems. I think the problem of debt, there's basically a financial problem and a viability problem for many of these projects. So it is too early to judge whether they will really succeed. In fact, an unsuccessful project can become a major irritant in bilateral relations. So let's see how things go. As far as India's approach to the Indo-Pacific is concerned, we are on a much more solid basis. I think most of our projects are based on economic viability. And of course, with the Indo-Pacific, there is a huge room for building cooperation, not only with the US, but with also the other Quad partners, like Japan, Australia, and possibly South Korea as well. So I think we don't, while we do have to keep track of what the Chinese are doing, especially in our region, Indian Ocean region, they're likely to be active in Maldives, they're active in Myanmar, they're active in Sri Lanka. But I think we have to pursue our own projects with all these countries and all our own activities, which are based on mutual benefit and economic considerations.
Talking about the Indo-Pacific, again, Ambassador Balakrishnan, India would host the Quad Summit next year. Now, if I were to ask you, what are the key drivers of the India-US partnership in that part of the world?
As I mentioned, Indo-US partnership, first of all, has a very strong bilateral basis. Both sides have a lot to gain from each other. And it's a partnership which has a global canvas. It's not confined to the Indo-Pacific. It's also looking at West Asia. And, we have the I2U2
right,
and the IMEC. And we have this critical and emerging technology initiative. So it's a multi-dimensional and multi-theater kind of partnership. Indo-Pacific has attracted a lot of attention because of the global concern over the Chinese attitude of steamrolling over countries in the region. For example, when it suits China, it invokes the law of the sea in the dispute with Japan over the certain islands. When it doesn't suit China, it disregards the law of the sea when it regards the South China Sea. So China is really kind of not respecting the international legal framework, and that has created a lot of concern. Plus, of course, the tensions over Taiwan, which have been periodically raised and which are now becoming of concern because of the elections there. Should an election bring to power a pro-independent party in power in Taiwan, then the tensions will go up. So these are all matters of concern to India. And of course, we have our own set of problems with China as far as our border is concerned. And really, the refusal of the Chinese side to disengage in a meaningful way, as well as their whole attitude of leveraging Pakistan against India. So these are all things which, are concern to us. I mean, with the US, we have, of course, this common concern over China, China's growth, and what China is seeking to do in the region.
Right.
With Pakistan, we have, of course, tried to make our American friends aware of the dangers of terrorism and a fragile state of Pakistan, which could be a problem in the region. And then we also have, in the G20, we have worked with the United States on various initiatives like the Global Biofuels Alliance and unrolling our digital public infrastructure. We have tried to play a constructive role in the G20 and keep geopolitical tensions, prevent them from derailing the outcome. And that has been appreciated. Going forward, let's see how things work out.
Sure. All right, we leave it at that. Ambassador Dr. Bhaskar Balakrishnan, thank you once again for joining us and sharing your thoughts and insights with our viewers at home and abroad. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.